what is it that you have seen from leadership principles, and what were perhaps some of the learnings that you had from the Amazon LPs?
Well, first, it's that the objective of the principles isn't like, they always talk about the principles aren't a poster on the wall, right? Like, we use these things to help us solve problems better, to hold each other accountable, to get more things done. When I was at Amazon, these principles, they weren't codified, but we were hammering them out, all the time. And it was a few years after I left Amazon that they codified. But I think a couple of the things that work about these principles is, first, like, there's not just a title, but there's like a paragraph explanation. And there's so much richness hidden in the paragraph, and oftentimes people just look at the title, but they don't look at the explanation. And so, for example, and this is a pretty simple one, is like this: the leadership principle, learn and be curious. But the explanation is, leaders are never done learning and always seek to improve themselves. They are curious about new possibilities and act to explore them, right? Oh, so that aspect of like actually being deliberate about having a beginner's mindset, inviting in experts from other fields, willingness to doubt your own beliefs, that's a real championship habit. And that gets to like then the mechanisms that are behind the principle. So every time you kind of have a principle, you got to be thinking through, well, what are some deliberate ways to help build habits, to help build understanding, that we can put little practices in place to help reinforce or demonstrate this. It's especially important when you're early in adopting these, because it's like any new skill. Yeah, anytime you're learning a new athletic skill, you isolate it and you're really deliberate and you accentuate it, right? Well, it's the same thing with something like this, which is, you can't just be casual about it. It's like, hey, here's our new leadership principle. You have to slow it down. You have to over exaggerate. You have to think of some real specific ways. It has to feel like you're going really slow on this thing. Well, that's how you build new skills, like anything else.